it's me, and today I'm here with my library book haul. Yes, I went to the library again. I do that every month. Normally, I kind of have a strategy going into the library, especially now when you have to try and keep your library visits limited and like short as possible. I didn't really have a war strategy this time. What I did is basically we have a very small English section because I live in a small town, so it's small. And I basically went in there and picked up what I just sounded familiar or was by an author I wanted to read something by or whatever. And yeah, we're gonna talk about that. And then I also have one non-fiction book which is in Dutch translated, and I just saw it on my way to like the checkout point, and I was just like, let's check that out as well. So this is gonna be a video of reading backs because I don't know that much about these books. Let's begin with the first one, which is Cujo by Stephen King. Basically, I've been wanting to try and read more Stephen King and like get into his work. I read Misery a couple of months ago, and then I've really been in the mood to read Pet Sematary, which I own, and I also own Mr. Mercedes. But Cujo, I decided to pick up. I don't know, I really like these editions of like Stephen King books, but yeah. Let me just read the back to you. Once upon a time, not so long ago, a monster came to the small town of Castle Rock, Maine. He was not a werewolf, vampire, ghoul, or unnameable creature from the enchanted forest or snow waste. He was only a cub. Cujo is a huge Saint Bernard dog, the best friend Brett Camber has ever had. Then one day, Cujo chases a rabbit into a bolt hole. Except it isn't a rabbit warren anymore. It is a cave inhabited by rabbit bats. And Cujo falls sick, very sick, and the gentle giant who once protected his family becomes a vortex of horror, inexorably drawing in all the people around him. Basically, this is a Stephen King book I've just heard a lot of things about, so I wanted to check it out. It's also not that big. Let me see. It's only 420 pages, and these are like kind of mass market. I think they kind from mass market. I don't know. So I mean, it's just like a shorter book, so it'll be alright, I think. I don't know. Then I have Normal People by Sally Rooney. This is again a book I've heard a lot about, and I saw it in the library and I thought it was not as big as I was expected for some reason, so I just picked it up. Let's read the back together. Connell and Marianne grow up in the same small town in the west of Ireland, but the similarities and there. In school, Connell is popular and well liked, while Marianne is a loner. But when the two strike up a conversation, awkward but electrifying, something life-changing begins. Normal People is a story of mutual fascination, friendship, and love. It takes us from that first conversation to the years beyond, in the company of two people who try to stay apart but find they can't. So yeah, I've also just been wanting to read more adult books, so this is a great way to try and do that, basically. I don't know why. I don't have like a specific memory to this book and like knowing where I got it recommended or like when or like what it was talked about in a video or whatever, but it seems familiar. So just checked it out. Then actually a book I haven't heard anything about, but an author I have, and that's Killing Commendator, I think that's how I pronounce it, by Haruki Murakami. I read a novella by Murakami before and I really enjoyed that, so I've been wanting to read one of like his full-length novels, but I didn't really know where to start. This is the only one they had in English. I have a lot of his works in Dutch, but because I was checking out the English section, not the Dutch section, I just got this instead. But let me read the back to you. When a 30-something portrait painter is abandoned by his wife, he holds up in the mountain home of a famous artist. The days drift by, spent painting, listening to music, and drinking whiskey in the evenings. But then he discovers a strange painting in the attic and unintentionally begins a journey of self-discovery that involves a mysterious ringing bell, a cautious, I don't know how to pronounce that word, 13-year-old girl, a Nazi assassination attempt in a haunted underworld. A stirring work of imagination, Killing Commendator is a surreal tale of love and loneliness, war, and art. So yeah, this might mean me reading my first real Murakami book this month. And yeah, I haven't heard anything about this, but if you have read it, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. So then the last one from the English section is Timeline by Michael Crichton. This one I do know some things about. So Michael Crichton, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name, is the author of Jurassic Park, and I've been looking for Jurassic Park in the library, but they only have the second one, The Lost World. So yeah, but then Murphy Napier, who is one of my favorite booktubers, started reading this in a last reading vlog, and it sounded interesting. It's about time travel, so I decided to pick it up. And let me read you the inside flap, because the back is just a picture of the author, so I can read that to you. Michael Crichton's new novel opens on the threshold of the 21st century. It is a world of exploding advances on the frontiers of technology. Information moves instantly between 2 points without wires or networks. Computers are built from single molecules. Any moment of the past can be actualized, and a group of historians can enter literally life in 14th century feudal France. Imagine the risks of such a journey. Not since Jurassic Park has Michael Crichton given us such a magnificent adventure. Here he combines the science of the future, the emergent field of quantum technology, with the complex realities of the medieval past. In a heart-stopping narrative, Timeline carries us into a realm of unexpected suspense and danger, overturning our most basic ideas of what is possible. So yeah, I picked this up, and I'm actually quite excited to read it. The only thing I ever complained about is that it has deckled edges, which me no likey. Lastly, I didn't look up the English title for this book. I feel bad about that, but it's Greta Thunberg's book. Greta Thunberg is by Greta Thunberg, Vida Ernman, and Svante Thunberg, I don't know pronounce it correctly, and Melina Ernman. And I'm gonna translate the Dutch title literally. It's Our House is on Fire. Might be it. Normally I look into the book what the original title is, but of course that's in Sweden, in Swedish, that's the language. Wow, I'm dumb. I don't know what the English title is. I'm so sorry for that, but it will be on screen, so check it out. And this is basically a book about Greta Thunberg and her family, and I guess their actions. I don't know. Yeah, just about their lives as a family. And yeah, I don't know why, but I've just been compelled to read this book. I don't know why. I've been interested in it for a while, so yeah, maybe I'll read this in the next month. I don't know. Always at the end of my library, I'm excited, obviously, to read all of his books, and I'm excited. I will try to read all of them, but I'm also not too hard on myself if I don't. I did have the rule for myself that if I don't start a book before having started or finished a book before having to go to the library, I have to return it and not bring it back again. Obviously, I also return the books I finished to the library. It's just that I make myself the rule that books that I haven't started yet, I can take back out. I don't know if that makes sense, but that just keeps me from just taking out the same books month after month after month, because I say I'm gonna read them, but I don't. That's why you don't see as many repeats as you used to, because that's a new rule I've put on myself. And yeah, I wasn't in the middle of a library book when I went today, so there you go. By the way, I don't know why I kept holding up that book for that entire explanation. Had nothing to do with it. I don't really have too much to say, I'm so sorry. But if you read any of these books, let me know in the comments below what you thought of them, as well as some of the books you recently got from the library if you're a library person. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.